All right. We just watched Elvis's last dramatic role. The movie's called Change of Habit. He plays a doctor, John Carpenter. Not the director, but the doctor. Someone needs some treatment. Okay, well, this movie is quite unlike everything else. I know you've been hearing that a lot, but
It really is.
really is.
Yes.
It's a heavy social conflict type of movie. It's definitely steeped. It's not 1969 is the movie, but I mean it's right in the heart of everything. It's drug culture. It's race relations. It's economic issues, and I mean everything's in here. Social injustice. Police brutality a little bit. I mean, that's not really touched on, but you can tell that they're talking about the police relationships with the community. There's no beach in sight. There's no bikinis in sight. This is right on the streets of what you can assume is Harlem, or something very much like it. So, Mary Tyler Moore is in this movie, and she's got two other friends with her.
And she plays Mary Tyler Moore.
She kind of does Mary Tyler Moore.
She really does.
It's really kind of, you can see the Laura Petrie from the Dick Van Dyke Show.
Yeah.
And skipping right into Mary Tyler Moore. But she and her two friends are nuns, and they are going undercover, sort of. They're kind of leaving the habit.
They're changing out their habits.
They're changing out their habits
for street clothes,
so that they can go and make a difference on the streets without
the secret. It was a secret.
Yeah. Whatever. Should have told Elvis, because he might have it might have changed the way he felt about her. But anyway, so they get tied up in all levels of it. There's one of the girls is African American, and she's in the dead middle of a bunch of race problems. And I mean, this movie really is commenting on everything in society. Which, interestingly, I mean, he did the 1968 special, and that was really what fuels the next set of energy he has going forward. And at the end of that, we talked about that he recorded If I Can Dream, because Martin Luther King had just been killed, and these things were on his mind. He wanted to do more serious work, and that kind of informed the rest of these decisions. And, you know, surprisingly, all his career, he's been wanting to be a serious actor. And I don't think this is necessarily what he had in mind, but in a way, he's got a more serious movie. It finally happens on the very last movie. Yeah, he's doing something more of what he believes to be make more of a difference, I think. I don't know that anyone ever interpreted it that way, but that's what it feels like to me.
I think the movie seems serious, but he wasn't serious in it. He was kind of like this happy-go-lucky guy. He's strolling down the street. He's like,
I mean, his character he's a man of the street. He knows what's real, what's up, what's real. And the three nuns are kind of like real idealistic, thinking they can make a change, and through love and through God's work and all. So they're more naive to things, and he's more on the street level. So I wouldn't take him as uncaring. I take him more as...
No, I didn't mean uncaring. He was portraying, you would think, very serious, but he wasn't really serious.
As an actor, this isn't a heavy role for him. He served a certain purpose. But I do think that the topics of the film were more interesting to him than anything he'd previously done, because it felt like he was addressing real issues. I mean, there's a couple moments we looked at each other like, I can't believe they just said that word. Like the N-word is dropped twice. Out of nowhere.
That was shocking.
They even have a derogatory word for gay people in there.
Yes, and it's rated G.
Rated G. This movie absolutely is not a rated G movie. Just for the context of the issues they're dealing with, it's at a minimum PG. In today's world, it might even be a little bit more, PG-13. It's really shocking that they rated it G back then. So, whatever. What did you think?
I give it a re-rating.
Not yet.
Oh.
What do you think?
I liked the whole story line and everything. I thought it was pretty good. After what we've been seeing lately, it's a plus.
Compared to the rest of his movies in general, I mean...
well, I mean, certainly better than Harem Scarum, and certainly better than Last Night. I can't even remember how horrible.
The Trouble with Girls? The Trouble with Women remembering Elvis movies.
Yeah. Well, that's because the title doesn't even remotely go with the movie. So anyway, I liked it. And he sang a few songs that were good.
Yeah, and again, they weren't really. I mean, they're sort of on the nose, but not so much. They kind of fit the style.
Yeah, and the one thing I do not like is the ending.
They didn't go running off to get married. You'd think they would.
I am not happy about the ending. Did they get married?
Did they not get married? Did she stay with God? Did she go with Elvis? Is that any difference between those two things? I couldn't believe it.
I thought they would have flashing up during the credits and didn't even do that. So
you just don't know. You have to make up the decision. Did he or did he? Or did she or did she not?
I'm saying she did. That would make me feel better.
She's a single woman in Mary Tyler Moore's show, so I'm not sure.
And it's Elvis.
Yeah.
And he's a doctor?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Dr. Elvis heals all pains.
Stop the music.
What do you want to rate it?
And he sings too.
Yeah. What do you want to rate?
A 3.
I'm going to go with a solid 3 as well. For sure.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah. You can't call this an Elvis movie in the traditional sense. It's just not that. But it's a good film in general. I mean, it's a naive approach to solving world troubles, but it's a nice meaty thing. It introduces topics. They're little hardcore topics to people. And
it wasn't like boring like some of the other ones, or like, what's the story about? What, I'm not sure what I'm watching here. This one you do. It was I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah. I sort of feel like I sort of feel though that if Elvis had been able to make more movies like this, he may have stayed a little more interested. It just had more to say, and I think he liked the subject matter. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, it wasn't real cheesy like the other ones.
Most of that is just me assuming, because quite honestly, the 1968 special gave him a lot of energy, and all he wanted to do was get these movies over with so we can go back to live performing. And that's where we're going to head next, because the next movie is a documentary of him returning to the stage. It's called That's the Way It Is, and it's all about his entry into Las Vegas, putting on a live show. He hasn't done one in, at this point, I think it's like 14 years or something. He played Vegas once before, and he was kind of a bomb, because back then in the 50s, it was much more Sinatra, Liberace. It was, it wasn't ready for him. The rock and roll music was not accepted at the time. So he's going into Vegas with a lot of nerves, in the sense that he failed and people may not like him, and he hasn't been on the stage in a long time, so he doesn't know how that's like. He just knows he's so psyched from that special that that's what he wants to do. And so we're going to get a chance to see that whole experience fully documented. It's quite a treasure, I think, to have. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that again, and we'll be sharing that with you really soon. Any other thoughts on this last dramatic role? Because we're all done with the Elvis's acting.
No.
Okay. Well, that's that for that. We got a few more movies left, but that's his last acting role. So we'll see you soon. Bye.
See ya.